So welcome back to another FIFA 19 squad update video. Today we're going to be reviewing the 2nd of May squad update for FIFA 19. We're going to be talking about the players that got added, removed and edited. So sit back, relax and enjoy. But before we get into it, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe because we're getting close to 100k. If everyone that watches this subscribes, then we will be there in no time. I really would appreciate it. And also, you know, we've only got less than 9,000 to go. So as always, we're going to start with the removed players. Now, these are my top 4 picks out of the whole list, but if you go to SoFIFA.com, click the remove tab, you can see the full list of players that got removed. We've got the first player, Dominik Kotarski, and he's 18 years old, a goalkeeper, and he played for Ajax. Now, he had an overall of 63, but a potential of 79, and this is the highest overall player that got removed in this squad update. His goalkeeping stats still need a bit of work. And then we have Juan Carlos Diaz, who is a Colombian, 17 years old centre midfielder, and he's got an overall of 57 with a potential of 77. So he's got some decent physical stuff. The rest is sort of, you know, average. And then we have Villa Libre, who played for Athletic Club, 20 years old, a striker, and his overall started at 69 with a potential of 76, and his stats were pretty average as well. But last on my list is Joseph Sorrell. Now, unfortunately, this guy had to get removed because he did pass away very recently in a bus crash, I think. So EA has removed him, you know, for obvious reasons. So rest in peace, Joseph Sorrell. So those were my top 4 picks of players that got removed. The rest, you know, they have lower potentials, lower overall, so I really wouldn't worry about them too much. But you can see the full list online anyway if you want to have a look. So next up, we have the players that got edited. We're going to be talking about a few upgrades, downgrades, etc. So we're going to start with Bernardo Silva, who is 24 years old, 86 overall. He plays for Man City. I'm sure a lot of you guys know him. But his aggression went up, his agility went up, his finishing went up, his sprint speed went up, stamina went up as well, and standing tackles went up. He's got a potential of 91. That did not change. And, you know, he's a very good player to have in your squad. Still very young as well, but he's not cheap. He starts at 52.5 million. And next up, we have Liverpool defender Virgil van Dijk, who got a few little upgrades to his interceptions, sliding tackles, standing tackles, and his overall stayed the same at 89, which is very high still, and his potential is still 91. So you can see there another great player to have, a world-class player. Current value is 57.5 million. And then we have another Man City player, Raheem Sterling, and currently he's 23 years old with an 87 overall. That did not go up, it stayed at 87, but his ball control went up, his dribbling went up, and his finishing went up. His potential is 89, still stayed the same there, but this guy, another world-class talent, great physical stats, and his current price, I believe, is 55 million. Now, this guy didn't get many upgrades except to his potential. So we have William Saliba, who plays for Saint Etienne, 17 years old, very, very young. Could be a good investment there if you train him as well. And his current overall is 70, but his potential is 88 now. So with this update, it went from 85 to 88. So that's a 3-point upgrade, which is pretty nice. His current value is 2.8 million. Now, one person that might not want to update their squads is Kimpembe. Unfortunately, he got a lot of downgrades. So his marking went down. His overall went from 83 down to 82. Potential went from 89 down to 88. Reactions went down to 77. Sliding tackle went down and standing tackle went down. Now, this guy is still a very good defender to have. So the good thing is he's going to be cheaper to buy maybe because of the overall decrease. So current value is 23 million. Not too expensive, just sort of in the middle. I think that's a decent price for him. And then we have a Benfica player called Florentino. So he's 19 years old. His overall went up from 74 to 75. Potential went from 87 up to 88 now as well. And he got some upgrades to his short passing, sliding tackle, standing tackle, vision, heading accuracy, and ball control. So taking a quick look at his stats, physical could use some work, but he is a centre defensive midfielder, so he's not going to have the biggest acceleration. But the rest of the stats look alright. You might have to train this guy. And his current value is 10 million. Next up, we have a Liverpool left back, Andy Robertson, 24 years old, 83 overall. That did not increase, that stays the same. Potential also stays the same at 88, which is still very high, but his crossing went up, his curve went up, his short passing and his vision. So he's got some great physical stats. Look at that, it's mostly in the green. Also, the technical stuff is pretty good as well. So he's not a bad player to sign, and his current value is 25 million. Next up, we have Christian Romero from Genoa, 20 years old, a centre-back, and his overall, I think, went up from 70 to 72 now, and his potential went from 84 up to 86, so 2-point upgrade there, which is nice, but this guy got a lot of upgrades all around the board. Aggression went up, agility, balance, ball control, dribbling as well, heading accuracy. There's so many to list, you can see them on your screen. A lot of physical and technical stats that went up there. Current value is 5.5 million. Next up we have Yusuf Attal, who plays for Nice, and he's a right back and he can play other positions as well. 22 years old with a 76 overall. I believe that went up from 75. His potential went up from 85 to 86 as well. So look at his physical stats, all in the green. This guy got a lot of upgrades to his ball control, aggression, acceleration as well, crossing, curve, dribbling, finishing. Basically all around the board, you can see them on your screen there. But look at that, he's mostly in the green. So let's see his current value, 9.5 million. Next up we have Rolando Mandragora, probably said it wrong, but he plays for Udinese, centre midfielder, 21 years old, and his overall went from 75 up to 76, potential went from 85 up to 86 as well, and his ball control went up, interceptions, long passing, long shots, shot power, stamina, vision. His acceleration could do with some work, 54 isn't the best, but the rest of the stuff looks okay, might need a bit of training, and his current value is 11 million. Next up we have Georgi. I'm not even going to pronounce their last name, but he plays for Ghent, 18 years old, 74 overall. The only thing that changed was the fact that he got the injury-prone tag now, and also his potential went from 87 down to 85, which isn't good, but take a look at the physical stats, still very fast. Technical stuff needs a bit of work. Current value is 8 million. Next up we have Jason Denayer, and centre-back from Lyon, 23 years old with a 79 overall. The only change here was his potential. It went from 86 down to 85 now, and I think his potential went up to 86 in the last squad update, so maybe they're just readjusting it again. Still pretty good, a decent defender. He'll do the job for 13 million. Next up we have Nordi Mukiele, who plays for Leipzig, a right back, 20 years old with 77 overall. I think that increased from 76. His potential, I believe, stayed the same, but it is 85, which is still pretty good. And his balance went up, his ball control, dribbling went up, long passing, sliding tackle, short passing, got a few little upgrades. And his physical stuff is mostly in the green, mental stuff isn't too bad. Technical stuff is not too bad either, besides the finishing and stuff, but he is a right back. And his current value is 10 million. Next up we have Brahim from Real Madrid, and he's 19 years old. His overall went from 69 up to 70 now. Potential went from 86 down to 85. So his overall went up, potential went down. 85 is still pretty good though. And his balance went up, his agility went up, his acceleration and sprint speed as well went up. Current value for this guy is 3.3 million. And next up we have Reece James, a right back from Wigan. 18 years old, his overall went from 71 up to 72. Potential stayed the same, it's still 85. And then his ball control went up, long shots, marking, stamina, standing tackle, and he's got some green stats as well. And his current value is 4.3 million. Next up we have Fedor, who plays for Benfica, 21 years old. His overall went from 74 up to 75. Potential went down, 85 down to 84 now. But his reactions went up, short passing went up, stamina went up, standing tackle. His strength went down though, his heading accuracy went down, but his dribbling and ball control went up as well. And he's got some pretty average stats, but he is a centre back, and his current value is 8 million. Next up we have Ömer, I probably said it wrong, but he's a right midfielder, and he plays for Trabzonspor or something. 19 years old with an overall of 73. That did not increase. The only things that increased were his acceleration, and his potential went up by 3. It's gone from 81 up to 84 now, so decent potential there for this guy. His current value is 6 million. And then we have Noah Okafor, who plays for Basel, left midfielder, 18 years old. His overall went from 63 up to 64. Potential went from 83 up to 84 as well. Shot power increased, stamina increased. Jumping, long shots, curve and balance all went up as well, and his current value is 825,000. And next up we have Victor Osimhen, who plays for Wolfsburg, and he's got a few decent upgrades here. Overall went from 72 up to 73, potential went from 83 up to 84. Short passing went up, sprint speed, finishing, crossing, ball control, agility, acceleration all went up, and his current value is 6 million. And next up we have Jaden Bogle, who plays for Derby. And he's 18 years old. His overall went from 67 up to 68. Potential went from 83 up to 84. And he's got some decent upgrades here. Marking went up, finishing, crossing, ball control, reaction, sliding tackle, and standing tackle. Current value is 1.4 million. And then next up we have Ignacio Pusetto, who plays for Udinese. He's a striker, 22 years old. And his overall went from 74 up to 76. And his potential went from 82 up to 84. So 2-point increase there. And a few of his positions changed as well, his preferred positions. But current value for this guy is 10 million. And then next we have Yusuf Ayit Benassa, probably said it wrong, but he plays for Monaco, 22 years old, and his overall went from 75 up to 76. Potential went from 83 up to 84. He's got a few upgrades to his reaction, short passing, vision, interceptions, dribbling, crossing, and ball control. Current value for this guy is 10 million. Next up, we have Kevin Volland, who plays for Leverkusen. He's a striker, 26 years old. His overall went up from 81 to 82. Potential went up from 83 to 84. His volleys went up, long shots, free kick accuracy, long passing, finishing, dribbling, ball control, and aggression. Look at them technical stats. A lot of stuff in the green there. Physical isn't too bad as well, and mental. So he looks like a decent striker maybe. And his current value is 24 million. Next up we have Doumbia, who plays for Sporting. Centre defensive midfielder, 20 years old. His overall went from 73 up to 74. Potential went from 83 up to 84 as well. He got some upgrades to his short passing, shot power, standing tackle, long shots, long passing, heading accuracy, finishing curve, a few other things as well. So his current value is 7 million. And next up we have Malinovsky, who plays for Genk. 25-year-old centre midfielder. His overall went from 78 to 79. Potential went from 82 up to 83. And his dribbling went up, interceptions, long passing, marking, reaction, strength, and vision. He's got some decent technical stats, a lot of green, and also 14 million is his value. Here we have Edson Alvarez, who plays for Club America, 20 years old, a CDM, and his overall stayed the same. A lot of his stats did stay the same. The only thing that went up was his potential. It went up by 3, so it went from 80 to 83 now. And his current value is 7.5. Next up we have Marco Vanier, who plays for Cittadella, centre back, 20 years old, and most of his stats stayed the same. The only thing that went down was his potential. So he had an 85 potential, which was very good, but it's gone down to 82 now. So it's gone down by 3, which is not good, but his current value is 2.5 million. Next up we have Macias, who plays for Guadalajara. I probably said it wrong, but he is a striker, 18 years old. Everything stayed the same besides his potential. It went up by 6, so it went from 76 up to 82, which is a decent upgrade for this guy. Current value is 1.4. Next up we have Colin Dagba, who plays for PSG, 19 years old. His overall went from 67 up to 69, and his potential went up by 1. It's now 83, so decent potential for this guy. He got a lot of upgrades all around the board, but his physical traits are already decent, and also in terms of upgrades, he got long shots, jumping, interceptions, heading accuracy, crossing, aggression. Basically, you can see how many on the list right there. But he does require a bit of training, though, for the technical stuff. Current value is 1.8. So those were the players that I picked to feature in this edited section. Obviously, you can go on the SoFIFA website for the full list. And you can see all the players. There's heaps of them, and I can't put them all in the same video. Otherwise, it'll be like a 1-hour special. Next up, we move on to the added players in this squad update. Now, if you want to see the full list, as always, go to SoFIFA.com, click the added tab. But for this episode, I'm going to show you my top 5 from that list. And obviously, I'm going to show you guys a few high potential players that got added. Now, first up, we have Arthur Zagre, who plays for PSG. Left back, 16 years old, a 61 overall, but his physical stats look very good already. Probably needs a bit of training, and his potential goes up to 84. So this guy has over 20 plus growth. Probably a good investment, and his starting price is 425,000. And next up we have Roberto Piccoli back again. He got removed in the last update, and he got added the update before that, so it's good to see him back again. And he's 17 years old, plays for Atalanta, and he's got a 64 overall, but his potential goes up to 84. So he has a 20 plus growth. Probably needs a bit of training. Physical stats aren't the best at the moment, and his current value is 800,000. Next up we have Adam Ida from Norwich City, 17 years old with a 62 overall. His potential goes up to 83, so 21 plus point growth, and he looks alright. Physical stats are okay, and also technical stuff might need a bit of training as well, but 600,000 is his starting price. And then we have Loic Mbesor, who plays for PSG, 17 years old, a centre back, and he's got an overall of 60 with a potential of 80, so 20 plus growth. And his physical stats are still pretty average, but what do you expect for a 60 overall? Technical stats are pretty bad, to be honest, and his starting price is 325,000. And next up we have Bilal Benkedim. I probably said it wrong, but he plays for Saint Etienne, and he's 17 years old with a 62 overall, and also his potential goes up to 80, so not bad. And his physical stats are in the green, but it's still pretty average, nothing too spectacular there. The technical stats could be improved as well, but his starting price is 525,000. So those were all the added players that I thought were noteworthy here. There's obviously a lot more that got added with different transfers and stuff, but they have lesser overalls, lesser potential. So if you want to check out the full list, it's available online. So if you need something else to watch, make sure you click the card in the middle. It'll take you to episode 2 of FIFA 19 New Face Mods. I'll see you next time.